John Bell Hood disembarked from the train at Ringgold Station and was immediately dispatched by Bragg to go take command of the stalemated right flank of the army to try to move things along for him. When Hood arrived, Johnston's men had finally pushed across the creek and were in position to get behind Wilder's cavalry to the south. Around that time, Minty reported to Union General Thomas Wood, that Confederate troops were on the western side of the creek, and Wood was shocked at the notion. Riding to Wilder's front, a few rounds were fired in Wood's direction, and he reportedly exclaimed, "My God, they are here. They are on this side." Facing south, Johnston was in position to carry out Bragg's plan of rolling up the surprised Federals' flank. But as he had done all day, he halted. Feeling his command isolated and tired from the first day's fighting, he bivouacked his men on the battlefield. John Bell Hood concurred, not wanting to advance over unfamiliar ground in the coming darkness. So the day was essentially wasted for Bragg and the Confederates. But during the night, Bragg would shuffle more men across the creek, and Rosecrans had now become aware of the danger to his left and his supply lines back to Chattanooga. So he began leapfrogging troops over to the left flank to bolster that vulnerable part of his line. Most of George Thomas's corps made a night march behind Crittenden to extend the left flank of the line. It was a tough march, hazardous, it was confusing, it took a lot longer than it should have. And then eerie phenomena was recorded by soldiers on both sides during this evening before really Chickamauga picked up. They recorded several encounters of men who foresaw their own death. Many of these soldiers were veterans. They had been under fire before, and yet a gloomy pall seemed to kind of hover over both sides that evening. The soldiers seemed to realize that there were terrible events waiting for them at dawn.